It is the Nintendo Powercast, episode 336. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, Nightcrawler, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Carla coming at you.
Player 3, Johnny Bo, what's up?
What's up? I'm still voting, but I'm good.
And Cheesy, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, cheese curds?
Nice.
There we go.
I like how
There
you got one now.
Yeah, you moving to Wisconsin or what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
You originally from there? All right. Well, before we get started, I want to say, hey, come on over and hang out in the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. We've been seeing so many new faces, and there's so much to play this holiday. Just picked up Pokemon, so if you want to find some people to battle it out with, going pro in Pokemon, come hang out in the Discord. I bet you'll find somebody. Also, we got Smash, all the things. Animal Crossing, getting all the sweet new Animal Crossing loot. Come hang out. I think Hoffman's working on like 19 more islands. So if you need every item in Animal Crossing, come talk to Hoffman. You'll be able to get hooked up. All right. So if you guys are looking for Nintendo recommendations for gifts, head on over to n64josh.com/store. You're going to see all of the Nintendo games that I recommend. And that list is getting updated before Black Friday coming up. So all kinds of cool stuff, mugs, hats, t-shirts, games, systems, accessories, everything that you're looking for any of the gamers on your Christmas list. Go check it out.
Or if you want to give me a gift, I'm always welcoming gifts.
What's your n64josh.com/JohnnyBo wish list? If you go there, you can see everything that he's put together.
Everything that I have not bought yet on my own.
Yeah. So also maybe somebody wants my book as a gift. You never know. n64josh.com/anothercastle, n64josh.com/audible. If you want to get the book for free on Audible, you can check it out there. And lastly, if you want to make sure your princess stays in your castle, make sure to trim the bushes around the flagpole with Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use coupon code N64Josh for 20% off and free shipping.
It's a good Christmas gift right there.
It really is. It really
Comes
is.
in a nice box.
Nice box, some fancy boxers, all kinds of different creams and lotions.
A little bag to carry it all in. Chargers.
Yeah, you get the lawnmower and the weed whacker, so you can take care of those nose and ear hairs. They call it the shed,
don't they? They call it the shed.
The bag.
The bag.
Yeah, I think so.
The bag.
The bag is the shed. So use coupon code N64Josh at checkout. Save 20% and get free shipping. So let's get into this. I know a lot of us have been playing Halo.
Yeah, it kind of derailed my Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
I
did play like 3 hours of Shin Megami Tensei before Halo came out.
Yeah, I took back my second copy of Shin Megami Tensei. And I still haven't opened the first one yet. No.
It's real. What I played is real good. It's real good.
I walked into Best Buy and the guy was like, "Why are you returning it?" I'm like, "I bought 2 because I'm a dummy." He's like, "Yo, those are really hard games." I'm like harder than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. He's like, "Yeah, like that's a real RPG." I was like, "Dang it."
Did you say a real RPG? Man, you're gonna.
That's what he's like. That's what. That's what he said.
The random guy at Best Buy said it, not Josh, okay?
Well, here's what's cool. I sat and talked with this guy for a while because I'm like, bro, I see you at PAX. I saw you at E3. Like, and we've never talked. So I'm
He's just at your local Best Buy?
He works there. Yeah. Yeah. He works there. So, I was just like,
my favorite part. So I don't want to get off topic, but like I played, I think 3 or 4 hours of Shin Megami Tensei over the weekend. And you get to talk to the demons to try to get them to join your party, and the conversations are hilarious. Like they will just tell you to F off, essentially.
Really?
Yeah, it is not a G-rated game.
That's amazing. Yeah, I am looking forward to getting into it. But then I just picked up Pokemon, the double pack. So
I mean they're similar. They're very similar.
Yeah, it's
just Shin Megami Tensei is harder and more mature.
A little more mature.
I gotta be careful.
Violence, blood, sexual themes, partial nudity, strong language.
And that's all Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you take Pokemon and then age it up like 20 years, that shit. That's where all the when you're 10 years old in Pokemon, when you age up, you go into Shin Megami Tensei.
And they're all dead and demons now.
I gotta be
all
careful. I'm gonna be pissing people off right now. Like,
yeah, you still got people that come in and tell you that they emulate games on your TikTok. So
literally every single comment.
just living rent free.
It doesn't matter what I'm talking about. I pirated a game today. Dude, I don't care, man.
Here,
You want a medal?
I hope Nintendo's taking notes and they come after each one of them individually.
I got my inside contacts.
You got your spreadsheet.
I got a list, and I'm like, yo, this said he stole Pokemon.
Oh my gosh! Here's what was cool. There has not been a midnight release in quite some time. So going to a midnight release, now it's only a 9 o'clock release here because I'm on the West Coast, but going...
It'll be midnight for me, so...
Yeah, midnight for you. Just seeing all the nerds, like all the nerds in one place.
Like those, I remember I went to a midnight release in college. I had a test the next day, and me and my roommate went, and we were studying for the test while waiting in line for a video game. And I miss those days. Like that was such a good time.
The biggest one I remember, I went to the Best Buy around here around, it had to have been Modern Warfare 2. I don't even know how long ago that was. It was one of the Call of Duties, but like they had Activision reps there, and they set up back in the Magnolia like home theater systems. Like they let us play some of the stuff a little bit early, and then they obviously keep you in the store. Like when they do it right, they have everybody checked out before midnight, and then they just let you go like right away.
There used to be vans like outside with like TVs and setups. Like I used to go to Call of Duty releases all the time. They would have the prior release, and people would just be playing it. It was such a cool vibe, and with COVID and everything, it's understandable that those went away. But like, there's some nostalgia magic in these midnight releases. The
manager at the GameStop, he doesn't manage anymore. He manages the Reset Games up by me now. But I went and played live music. We set up a fire pit, and I played live music for everybody that was standing in line. Just busted out the acoustic guitar with an acoustic amp. He brought out extension cords, and we sat in the parking lot and just like had a great time. The fire's just blazing. Where like there's 5 guys right down next to us and Famous Shoes, and here's this fire in the parking lot, and we're just, it was cool. It was cool, but you just don't see that anymore. Cheesy, how about you? Got any fond memories of midnight releases?
Oh yeah, I think my favorite midnight release was when the Wii came out. I had told my dad that I really wanted it, and he's like, you know what, if you make half of the money, I'll put in the other half. And I was like, nice. Oh, okay. And then I did, and he was like, oh crap, because I don't think that he thought that I was going to be able to do it. So then we waited.
Were you like selling drugs or something?
Yeah, it was super easy.
Selling cheese on the corner.
Exactly. Well, so we waited at Best Buy, and the Best Buy manager bought everybody a slice of pizza that was just waiting in line. It was cold. This is Colorado, so it was like probably 19 degrees out, and we're all just sitting there waiting until the sun comes up, and that wasn't a midnight release. That was like you had to wait until the next morning.
Yeah,
so
the Wii was a weird time for that. Like people had to wait out all night to try to get one.
Yep.
Again, I had a friend who worked at the Game Crazy, and I was like, yo, let me know. He's like, I got one behind the counter, but you gotta hurry. And so and that was a year after it released.
I was gonna say, I don't remember how long after I got a Wii, but I had given my roommate clearance to buy it. Like I was good for the money, and I was gonna buy it for the apartment, and I think he ended up finding one at a Best Buy or something like that. And
Josh is that. I know a guy. I got a guy. I got a guy in the back.
Johnny, you need to come to a con or just a thing with Josh and just watch him do his thing, because he is networking.
Yeah, because when I went to that con, I was like, "There's so many people."
Josh is just like camera in hand, like in your face, talking to people. Just he's the extrovert.
Everybody will know who we are by the time we're done at a con together. I guarantee it. Like Crawler was like, I'm gonna get hives. I'm breaking out in hives.
I'm just holding Josh's purse. Like that's what I'm doing there.
No, I love it though. I love it, and I mean, I can't wait till we all get to finally go. You know, maybe E3 happens again, or one of these Smash tournaments. Like it, yeah, it's
Speaking of Smash
a lot of fun.
tournaments.
Speaking of,
That's a good segue.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Let's get the old window opened up here, and
you got it.
And take a look at
That's
Panda.
the wrong window.
Yeah, I know. I had to get to the right tab, right? No,
you gotta allow cookies or whatever.
Get out of here! Like, what is this site? Like, I don't know. So this was kind of cool. Panda Global tweeted out. It says you're invited to the first official licensed Super Smash Bros. Circuit in North America, featuring Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. Melee.
This game exists?
Twitter went crazy. They're like, Nintendo recognizes Melee. No, yeah, what's a GameCube? Exactly. So, Panda Global and Nintendo are teaming up to bring the first officially licensed Super Smash Bros. Championship circuit to players in North America. This partnerships include competitions for both Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Melee, showing that Nintendo is ready to support the entire Smash scene, at least in an offline format. Right, because there was those issues with Slippy. If you guys are involved in the Smash community, you know that you can play Melee online with a version of it called Slippy.
It's a Dolphin emulator, and
right.
Hey, we don't say that word.
Panda Global will host the circuit for all eligible players across both titles, starting on a yet to be determined date in 2022. So there's not a lot of news about this. We're like, what are the prize pools going to be? What does this mean for Nintendo?
What are the rules set?
Well, and if Panda Global sponsors, they have a pretty robust roster of Smash players that they have on their team. So I mean, and the collaboration that went in between that organization and creating a viable, trustworthy GameCube adapter, and then they even modified it a little bit to have like a dock rest for just the Switch screen to sit on it. So like they've done some innovative stuff for the Smash community, and I feel like if they're smart, they reach out to some of the bigger TOs that are putting on your Big House, your Genesis. I think Genesis is kind of already too much going down the pipe already, because that's coming up in end of January. But like some of the bigger majors that happen around, and put some money behind it, and it's already a big draw because it's a major, and let's get more people involved. Let's get Nintendo involved. Let's keep the rule set how the Smash community likes it. Don't let Nintendo put their hands on it. But I think with Panda kind of driving it, hopefully with just Nintendo backing them a little bit, that's the biggest thing, is Nintendo's name is signed on the check. I think that legitimizes it a lot more and can make it viable, because it had, like, when Zero and Mewtwo King and like all those, if you watch the history of Smash, it was not a viable career for those guys. They had to make their money with the sponsorship teams, and then with streaming. Like that's kind of become their main avenue, because the winnings barely covered your expenses if you were traveling there. So I mean, this makes it maybe a little bit more legit, and you see the money that like NetherRealm puts behind Mortal Kombat, and Sony buying Evo, and there's going to be more money behind that. Like it legitimizes it, which is good.
It's super exciting, because I mean, honestly, I think we all kind of felt it a little bit, that like we're saying farewell to Smash Ultimate in a way. Like, like it's like the hype is probably going to die down. It's going to become the hardcore only, that are still into it. And that's not going to be the case. Like this is Nintendo looking at their product and going, yo, this has a much longer tail, even without even without adding more DLC, this can still generate sales for them. This extends their reach. This gives them the opportunity to probably sell more Switches. Probably, like, there's so many positives to this. And if they start writing these checks that can make the players have a, like, help them have a living, like make a living, this is huge. This is going to bring more, this is going to make more people want to get involved in the scene. Right? I feel like with Sony buying Evo and Xbox purchasing Smash.gg, it was kind of like the writing's on the wall. Esports are here to stay, and the two main competitors, I know they're not competitors, whatever, but I feel like Nintendo's answering, right? And they're saying, look, we have, and Splatoon is completely a viable esport game. And I think 3 is going to be, it has the potential to be something incredible.
Yeah.
You know?
And when we were at Genesis a couple of years ago, they had Splatoon running. Like, they had a bracket for Splatoon.
Yeah.
And Nintendo has done that is a more viable online tournament scene than Smash, just because the perils of Smash peer-to-peer connection is spotty at best. But Splatoon lives, that's kind of all most people know for Splatoon, because it's a single player game that you have to play online, and so it can live okay in an online tournament space. And I feel like Nintendo has supported that game more so when it comes to the tournament scene. So this is good to see them getting behind what is their bread and butter of the biggest homegrown kind of tournament scene that they have on their console.
Mikey, the Time Wizards of Splatoon is such a good series. I can't wait for Splatoon 3. I think we're right there with you. And if Splatoon 3 is built on the same infrastructure that Monster Hunter Rise is built on,
even Mario Party. And
Mario Party seems pretty solid, right?
It does. Yeah, it does. Like, this is exciting times. Like, it's really good stuff. It makes me excited.
They just put Twitch on. I think we're seeing the shift. We're seeing Nintendo realize that esports and, you know, streaming is the way of the future. You know, they're a few years behind, as always. But
I have an article on n64josh.com saying, like, laying out what Nintendo needs to do. And one of the things I was like, they need to like lean into esports. Like,
how much of this do we think is NOA talking to Japan, trying that they've been chipping away at time after time after time, and like the levee's breaking finally?
So I'm assuming what happened was Panda Global actually approached Nintendo, being like, "Hey, we love your game, we love Smash Bros, but we need more support for it to survive." And then Nintendo, I mean, NOA is probably the one that made the decision, but they would have to get some type of approval from Japan. And I think they're finally seeing the light of these esports tournaments.
Well, they set up Nintendo Versus, right? And they're like, that had to be for something, right? Like, I know they've been doing these one-off Smash like they've been doing Smash tournaments consistently. Like, I get the tweets all the time. But, like, I think when I went to go look at the signups, there was like 30, like the signups were in the 30s. Right? Because who cares about the $25 at the eShop?
Yeah. And I wonder if, like, Vicky's been there a lot of times with all the online stuff they've been doing. I wonder if she was able to get a hold of somebody's ear, like, because I mean she's at the local tournament scene and seen the major. Like, I wonder just how many different pieces played into it, because she's an advocate for the tournament scene.
Well, and this is like, this isn't just this circuit, right? Nintendo's been getting their games into schools and my cousin was coaching a Smash team, right? He was getting their esports program off the ground. Like, it's very clear the way things are going. and that you're going to have I mean, when the world was normal, esports tournaments were bringing in massive audiences, right? Like League of Legends and stuff is
They have
huge.
arenas
Like,
in Korea for it. Yeah.
yeah, like it's massive. And so this
And
is
remember
just
the Splatoon 2 trailer?
That's what I
The
was going to
original?
mention. Yeah.
It was an
Well, that was
esports trailer.
It was the Switch reveal, and then they showed Splatoon 2, and it was just this esports arena,
That's
and
right.
they were really taking it seriously. So it's surprising that has taken them this long to figure it out when it seems like that was always kind of the game plan.
And maybe part of it's COVID. Maybe, maybe that's a factor.
Part of it's Nintendo. They're a little slow to
Embrace
slow
things.
to the.
You have to remember too, the president is so much younger now of Nintendo Japan, and I don't think Mr. Iwata was like out of touch, right? But I think I'm wondering if the board is somewhat different as well. The like, and they're able, like, maybe there's just there's a younger demographic that's seeing that's looking forward instead of continually looking back, right? Maybe that's the case, because I mean, even say the word esports to an older generation and they're like, what are you talking about? Why would I was we did an interview today with a Twitch streamer named Sweebless, and she was like, I remember the first time I went to Twitch like 9 years ago, and I was like, she was watching somebody or talking to somebody as they were watching, I think it was Notch or somebody, like as he was making Minecraft, or I can't remember the exact, but or watching a speed run, and they were like, she's like, oh, is it your turn next to play with them? Is that why you're in here? They're like, no, I'm just watching. She's just like, so like, you're just watching somebody play, but I mean, that you still try to explain that to some people today, and they're like, why would you watch somebody play a video game? And it's like, well, why do you watch a sports team? Right? It's like, it's just it's whatever you're entertained by. And so, and I mean, as much as I love seeing like an awesome play in football or a big hit, I also love watching some Smash tournaments where like stuff's going crazy. You're seeing combos and seeing these reads that people are getting, and you're just like, this is like you're watching masters of their game at play.
It is fascinating to watch people at their peak performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's
either
inspiring
to learn or just to be entertained.
Yeah.
The Smash tournament this weekend had 70,000 viewers. Like that. I mean, I think that's where I saw it top out at.
That is pretty high.
It was number one. It was number one on my Twitch feed. I'm sure it was on for a lot of people, but like that, and Melee came second. So like it wasn't Melee was the end cap, and like the viewership fell off quite a bit. So like Ultimate, when we were at Genesis, what was that? Was that 2 years ago, Josh? 3 years ago?
It was the year Smash came out, so 2 years.
Three.
Or I think 3, because we had to miss one, right? So
yeah, like Melee was the middle feature, and like I feel like it had the hype of the crowd there.
Oh yeah,
and Ultimate like has kind of, I think, taken that, because Melee is hard to watch and understand. Like there's so many crazy things that can happen. Yeah. And Ultimate, like a lot more people are aware and inside the game and know what's happening, versus like there's some cool stuff that can happen in Melee, like the Olay regrabs, like when somebody like can do a small up throw regrab and they just turn pivot regrab, and the crowd gets into it and they start chanting Olay, or I mean there's some crazy stuff. And then like on Dreamland or whatever, the crowd was like clapping along to the song. Like there was some hype stuff in Melee, but I
even on 64, like
yeah.
I think the best way to introduce somebody to esports that doesn't understand, and I'm still trying to understand it, but show them Rocket League. I mean, it is a very simple concept. Ball goes into the goal, but you have these cars
Oh
that
no!
can.
Oh
What?
no!
What do you? What? What's wrong with
People
Rocket
play
League?
that at a very high level, and they will
Well,
get
no.
very
That's the thing.
upset.
It's a
Yes,
but
but it's exciting to
it's a
watch.
simple game to understand. But like, I
Yeah,
get
no,
where you're
I'm
going
just
because
messing with you. I'm just.
you show them that, but then give them a controller and say, "Here, go play this game and see." You can't do what they do.
I can't hit the ball.
Yeah.
I was talking with my boss today, and he was like, he plays Rocket League religiously every Wednesday night, and he played with somebody that was like a diamond, rank or whatever. And when they got done, they were like, "Yo, how are you like following the ball all the way through the air and into the goal?" And he's like, "Well, I have all my bindings are different. Like this does this and this. That's how I'm able to." And their minds were being blown because they've been trying to pull those things off where they don't even have enough fingers because like there's it's like you can't hit this button, and this stick all at the same time. It's not going to
Have you guys ever seen the Rocket League Pro? I don't know. It's probably on the PC build or one. I don't think it's on the. I haven't logged into Rocket League in a while, but I think there's like training grounds, and they just have infinite rocket boost to train their in-air control, and they just fly through these rings in an obstacle course, and that's like their warm-ups. And it's just crazy just to watch how they do that. Like the Rocket League pros are pretty crazy, and there's a reason why there's college scholarships now for Rocket League.
I mean, just as far as Smash goes, I hit my highest GSP. I hit 9.3 million. I was
now you're gonna cheese that matchmaking.
Turn items on
Put
and
that
everything
1 minute
else.
timer on.
Yeah, I jumped back in. I already dropped back down a little bit. So, but it was like that carrot on the stick is like beating that final boss. Like finally hitting that rank. That's part of what keeps me coming back. It's irrelevant. Nobody even cares, especially people that are really good at the game. They're like, elite means nothing. You know what I mean? But like, it's just that little
Especially
carrot on the stick.
Some of them play 3 matches when a character comes out, and their starting GSP is so high, they just get them there just to see their icon in Elite Smash, and then never touch them again.
We've been on this for a little bit, but I want to continue just a little bit and speculate. Do you guys think, as soon as I saw this, my brain went to, I think Nintendo is going to do an HD remake or HD remaster of Melee and add online to it. And I think Smash 64 is going to be coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And I think they're going to fully support all of the games that are in Smash with the Switch.
I'll one up you.
Okay.
What if we get Mario All-Stars 3D style treatment for the history of Smash?
Oh, dude.
How crazy would that be?
Dude.
64 Melee Brawl and
Bring Brawl in.
Yeah.
And then Smash 4. Smash 4 almost doesn't need to be there. I mean,
okay. So now we're gonna have these like
Smash Ultimate is a port of 4, so
I mean, Ultimate is the better version of 4. I mean, it kind of is.
Look at Johnny.
I don't want to anger people. Smash 4 is a port, or Smash Ultimate's a port.
Yeah. I mean, technically.
How long do we hear that on the internet?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think Nintendo's seeing and could you imagine a new generation of Melee players, getting into the mix? And I'm talking Nintendo, hire the team behind Slippy, get them in there and get it. To me, it seems like a lot of the heavy lifting is done. Just copy pasta that onto the Switch cart and boop, you're good to
just
go.
The better, because the better quality emulation ended up on the Mario 3D All-Stars version than what ended up on Nintendo Switch Online. So that's almost why I'd like to see that, is put the monetary value behind what you're paying for, and get like, I want to go play Subspace Emissary. Like, let's do that. Like, let's.
What if they just did the ultimate version of Smash and it was Ultimate, Melee, and 64 all together?
Yeah, they already lined up the licensing to get everybody in Ultimate, so it's all lined up, right?
Well, I don't even think. I think Melee is all. in-house
It's all
characters.
Nintendo. Yeah, it's all Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't start branching out until 4.
Brawl.
Until
They
Brawl.
Brawl.
Who's
Yeah,
in
Sonic
Brawl?
and Brawl.
Snake.
Sonic,
Sonic
okay.
and
Snake.
Snake.
Yeah. So I think there's more. I don't think Smash is over yet. I think there's more to come. And I mean,
One of those pie in the sky dreams. I mean, there's what 25 million Smash Ultimate copies sold or something.
26 or 27 almost maybe.
So I mean, there's an audience.
Yeah.
There's money. There's money on the table.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they do. So I'm hopeful. We're going to talk real briefly about the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Metacritic scores here, just real quick. It's sitting at a
Reviews don't matter.
78 right now. It's sitting
7.8. Too much water. It's like flashbacks right there.
So Screen Rant loved it. The Games Machine gave it an 88.
100 though, like, is it perfect?
No.
I mean, rose tinted glasses, some nostalgia kicks in, you know, like what game's ever going to be perfect? But if it takes you to that place where you're like,
Breath
yo,
of
I
Wild.
feel like a kid again, like that's a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge factor there. So, but Nintendo Life gave it like a 60 out of 100. So they were pretty harsh on it. They didn't care for it all that much.
I think a lot of the criticism is it was like a regression of the series because it was pretty much going back to, you know, Diamond and Pearl back when, how many years ago it's been 15, 20 years. I don't even know. But they said it's too much. Like they haven't changed enough of it.
Well, didn't they add a whole dungeon, like the whole cave dungeon thing? Isn't that new?
Yeah, just the little bit that I've seen of it as they've shown more on Twitter, I'm kind of like, yo, you can tell this is like almost like they slapped something in there. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem like it's all that much. So
I never played it, so I'll enjoy doing a little bit.
Yeah, I never played it either.
Steven Shanker says it's good. Feels a little rushed. I'd give it a solid 87 out of 100. So there you go.
It's gonna sell 20 million copies, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna surpass Let's Go.
Mikey
sure.
the Time Wizard says can't wait to get my double pack. So
we all got. I got a double pack.
I got a
Josh,
double pack.
I'm assuming you got the go pack. Crawler, you got a double pack. Cheesy, you getting both or just one?
Just getting Pearl.
just
But
Pearl.
I don't know. I mean, I've talked about this for a couple weeks now. The idea, I really want to like this game, and I'm going to go in with an open mind and have my own opinion on it. It's just at this point, the Pokemon format just seems so, honestly, it seems exhausting. Like I want to play it just to see what it's like, but it's the same thing, you know, go pick your team, then you go fight the bad guys, then you go to the gym, and like it just seems like the same thing over and over again. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, do I have that much time to like play through this game and just do? But part of it is also making memories and enjoying the journey. And so I don't know. I'm not excited to play it, but I am hoping that I also get that nostalgia feeling, because I played Pearl on the DS when I was on road trips, and I had the guide, and so I was like looking through that, and then that made me think today maybe I can use the guide on the Switch still, and you know, it'll work just as well.
Probably.
Why don't you
yeah.
just get good?
Yeah.
You can't beat
Josh,
Cynthia.
you're gonna sit there with a type color wheel in front of you, and you're still not gonna know what you're doing.
Chat, what beats fire? Chat, what beats ground?
So I see Pokemon more as comfort food now. Like
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
what I'm getting into. I know it's the same thing over and over again, but I still enjoy the grind. I enjoy seeing those levels tick up and the Pokemon evolve and like creating this team that just destroys everybody because you over level yourself.
That's
Are
me.
you even
I
playing
find the
Pokemon
strongest.
right if you don't overlevel? Like,
Yeah.
are you?
What will happen is somebody will give me like the final Pokemon, like two. I'm like, how'd you already beat this game? It's like it's been out 2 minutes, and they're like, here's the legendary, it's yours. That's what
Yeah,
happened in Shield or Sword while I'm streaming, and it was like, oh, this thing's just wrecking everyone. It's like level 99, everything's like level
my
18.
starter is always overpowered because
Yeah.
I never switch it. Like I choose that is the Pokemon I chose.
Yeah.
That is going to be my main Pokemon.
It's comfort food is the best way of putting it, right? Like I'm honestly like streaming it might be kind of fun. It's not like super high on my priority list to stream this game, but playing it handheld, like I played a lot of Let's Go handheld as well as streamed it. And it's like it's just one of those games that it's like it when you sit and play it handheld, it takes you back. Like I only played Yellow. That's all I played through, right? Back in the day.
It
But what's
shows.
interesting is whatever. And but it's interesting because Cheesy is the same age as my cousin. And I texted him tonight and I was like, yo, are you picking up Pokemon? He's like, nah, I put 500 hours into Diamond back in the day. I don't need to do any more, which I think is interesting because, like, if any Mario game is released, I'm like, I got to have that no matter what. Like, they could
Four
release
copies.
Yeah, they could release. Oh wait, they did. It's called a Game and Watch, and
Yeah. I bought a Zelda Game and Watch last week, so yeah.
But the moment I opened up that Zelda Game and Watch, my wife took it and was like, "I'm not getting that back, am I? Should I get another one?" She's like, "You might want to." So like, but there's been this crazy. I feel like this wave, this gaming wave, has kind of washed over my household recently. You guys can't hear them, but all night during the Halo podcast, and even now, they were playing Overcooked, and then they were playing Heave Ho, and it's nothing but like all this screaming and
Is there a murder
laughing.
downstairs then?
Like that's what it sounds like, right?
I mean,
And
somebody dies with Overwatch. Like you at least get punched, right?
with Overcooked,
Or that's
Overcooked.
that's
Yeah,
what I meant.
Overcooked.
Yeah.
yeah. Or Jen will say
Heave-ho.
something
He
super
posts the same
inappropriate,
thing, right? Like you control like one body part or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So
The one thing that I'm worried about for this Pokemon game is, I completed my Pokedex on Sword, so I'm already a Pokemon master, and I don't know if I want to feel like completing the Pokedex again on, Diamond or Pearl.
I think my
I could just
Pokemon
import all
Home
my
is
stuff.
full. I don't even know where to find it though. I think
I don't
it's on
think
my
I don't
phone
think there's
somewhere. Oh,
integration
there it
with
is.
Pokemon Home yet. It usually takes a few months.
That would
because
break
I
the
think
game.
Honestly, I think they want it so people don't do that. It's probably ready. They just want to give it a couple months until people play through the game.
Going back real quick to your comment about picking up any Mario game, most of the time there is something different about Mario, or they've taken the time to add new power-ups or just something to make it fresh. And I feel like that is what has been missing with the mainline series. Like with Legends, I'm really excited to play that because it looks different. But doing the same thing that we've done over and over. And I agree. I hear you guys talk about leveling up your Pokemon and, watching them evolve, and that's fun. And I know that I'll get sucked in as soon as I start playing. And I do like the art style. I just, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference when you're playing a Mario game versus, a Pokemon game that doesn't really feel like it's changed too much.
I mean, that I hear you. I hear you. And I played Let's Go the year it came out and then played Sword. And I was like, I had played Yellow, so I knew what to expect from Let's Go. I didn't realize that, like, I think I remember asking chat, I'm like, yo, is these just the same games with a different coat of paint? Like, is that essentially like,
I mean, Let's Go was a different experience, right? Because you had different battle mechanics. You battled in that, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the different catching mechanics. You had all the Pokemon were on the overworld. And like,
I want that to come back. I want that to come back a little bit. I enjoy.
they have it in Sword and Shield in the wild area. There is no overworld Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. They can follow you.
There is
One can
there is follow
you.
Pokemon though. Yeah. Which I don't know why I think that's so cool, but I just love having a little dude behind me follow me around.
Yeah.
I just want to get a Mr. Mime follow me or something like that.
No, I want a Lucario. And hopefully they integrate Pokemon Unite with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and then I could put my Lucario skin that I spent $40 on into Pokemon Diamond.
Steven again says it's a little blurry to look at. Let's see. It's got a little blurry look to it. Pretty good to look at, but I wish the visuals were a little bit sharper than they are. So
yeah, it was a DS game, right?
Yeah. And then Mikey, the Time Wizard, says I've been playing every Pokemon game, both main and spinoff, since Red and Blue for Christmas in '98. Like, and see, I love that. I love that's a factor for people. But I mean, Cheesy, as a you said you were a pretty big fan, but it's kind of gone downhill. Do you feel like Sword and Shield was the nail in the coffin for you, or would it happen earlier?
No, I actually do think it was that. And not every Pokemon game needs to look great, but I think for it being the first mainline console Pokemon game, it just didn't really deliver.
It was the trees, right? It was the trees.
Yeah, it was all about the trees. No,
The grass.
I could care less about the trees.
The grass.
It just felt, I don't know, kind of plain. Like, I expected to see some, I guess, big visuals with battle. Like you choose a move and then like your Pokemon hops or whatever, and then maybe there's
it's the same animations as a 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, they totally cheaped out on that game, right?
Yeah, and then when you go into like a place, there's that black screen that pops up, and then it takes you back, and it's just like there's so many of those like scenes that aren't necessary for loading. The whole thing just felt
maybe
dry
on the Switch they might be necessary.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. It just felt dry to me, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative on the series. It's a series that I grew up with, and I loved collecting the cards and playing the games. And then I kind of fell off probably around Black and White. I just didn't really like. There's a lot of Pokemon. It's hard to keep up. But then yeah,
with not all in my game though.
Yeah.
I'm missing some. Missing 200 that I'll never use.
Yeah, Sword and Shield was just like, for it being the first console mainline game, it was kind of rough experience for me.
Well, hopefully January will be able to bring you back.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see.
Fingers crossed. All right. Well, moving into the Game Awards, Nintendo must be funding the Game Awards because they've got some games in the Game of the Year category, or at least
you got one game in the Game of the Year category.
Well, what? Come on, Monster Hunter should be there. All right, it should be there.
I know. Why isn't? Let's not talk about snubs.
Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Like, Metroid fits there, I feel like. Even though it's a 2D, 11-hour game, 10-hour game, 8-hour game, depending on how quick you went through it. Like,
so was Ratchet & Clank.
Pretty short?
Yeah, it didn't take me that. I platinumed it in like less than the week it came, like within the week it came out, I think.
So, I mean, full transparency, the only game I've played on this list is Metroid, right? But Metroid was my game of the year the moment I finished it. Like, it wouldn't have mattered what else I played. Is nostalgia a factor there?
Hold on.
What?
You played something new in the last week.
Halo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't count because it has to go to next year, which is great.
It doesn't count in Jeff Keighley's world.
Breath of the Wild 2 next year.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 9. You know, it has competition.
Okay, let me
Ragnarok. Next year's gonna be rough. Like
it's awesome though. So
Yeah.
let me back it up. The moment I finished it, I said, "This is my game of the year." Right? There were still a few months.
that's
left.
how I felt. Yeah.
There's still a few months left. So it just hit on all cylinders for me. Right? Like if you it's there's a huge nostalgia factor there, right? Super Metroid's in my top 5 games of all time. Like it will always be there. I don't even know what that top 5 list is, but I know Super Metroid would be there, right? And Dread just it nailed all of the classic elements of Metroid and then modernized it in such an amazing way. Like it pulled me in more than the DS Samus Returns did. Like I
That's because you weren't sitting there holding it like this.
the worst part about the DS is a lot of times the way I hold it, I end up hitting the power button and turning it off. And it like, I'll be mid Monster Hunter with my son, like getting all intense. And then I would turn my DS off. It sucked. But yeah, Dread just really, really knocks it out of the park. That these other games are great. I know Resident Evil Village, a lot of people were really excited about it. I was ready to like jump in both feet, and I was playing 7 and I just got like bored, and I was like, I don't even have the desire to play 8 after.
That's another short game. I think that game's less than 10 hours too.
Yeah, it is. And it's on I just saw it popped up on Black Friday deals are starting to pop up on Twitter from Wario 64. That game's for $20 right now. So maybe
$20?
Yeah.
Came out like 3 months ago. Yeah. I love that Nintendo games keep their value. That's all, you know.
It's an investment, right? It's just a wall of money. It's just a wall of money sitting over there.
But Nintendo's in a few other categories as well, and typically it's like, oh, they're in the family game, right? But like we're actually seeing them in other places. Like it's not just the family. I mean, usually that's it. They're locked to the family awards, it seems like. But you got Monster Hunter sitting here in best multiplayer. I mean, Knockout City was that one didn't make it.
It was on Switch.
Was it on Switch? Okay.
It's on Switch.
Yeah. So
that was a flash in the pan.
It was.
It was.
They're trying to put longer legs behind it because it was PS Plus game last month, I think, or this month. I'm not sure. And they're trying to get more people into it, I think. But it's tough. It's hard out there on them streets trying to get multiplayer people to
play dodgeball.
You were talking about next year being rough, and they've got the most anticipated game. You got Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Breath of the Wild. And notice they call it the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because we don't know what it's called yet. That's what Nintendo's
wonder if we get a title at the Game Awards. Nintendo likes revealing stuff.
I'd be willing to put money on that. I think that's probably going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't have Smash. They got to do something.
Right.
I have a confession. I voted for Elden Ring.
How do I
not Breath of the Wild?
Let's see. Okay, this is better.
Perfect.
Now he's gone. We can get back to the show now. But for best family game, you've got. I mean,
this is the one. So this is the one time Nintendo's not going to win their unofficial category. I feel like. Well, it's rough going. It's a remake. It's a remaster with a new mode. It's a new iteration of a old franchise with WarioWare, and then it's
Superstars. I think
Superstars was well put together, but it's also a rehash of 64, like a history of Mario Party. And It Takes Two kind of was the talk of the space for a good month or so, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It filled a good void during the pandemic that people, you just got a buddy pass to play with whoever if one person bought it. Josh and I, that's still on our slate to do a Let's Play series of this game because I know both of us wanted to do it, and it's on Game Pass now, so we're we're needing to do that,
It's
but
never happening.
probably not.
Plus
Now that,
you have-
now, that,
so-
now that Halo's out, yeah, it's rough.
Plus, you have 4 Nintendo games, right? So all Nintendo fans are splitting their vote,
Right.
and all non-Nintendo fans are gonna vote for It Takes Two. Like they're not gonna vote for WarioWare.
Right.
They're not gonna vote for. I mean, they might vote for Pokemon Snap for nostalgia, but other than that,
I mean, I put my vote in 3D World just because of Bowser's Fury.
Yep. That's where mine would go.
I did
For
Mario
sure.
Party.
So I mean, even here we're divided a little bit. Cheesy, where's your vote go?
Yeah, I would also choose Mario Party. I think it's the game that really brings families and friends together. It Takes Two, I haven't played it, but what I've heard is that it's a really relatable story about divorce. And, if that's something that you're going through, maybe it helps you through that time. I don't know how difficult it is. And that's the same reason I would think that WarioWare, as fun as that game is, it gets pretty hard. And I don't know a lot of kids that could go through all of those levels and missions. And then with 3D World and Bowser's Fury, that one's interesting because I don't even understand how that is nominated again just because it has Bowser's Fury. It almost
Most likely. Well, they
Yeah,
used
it's
to
a
do
great
They put
game.
remakes in there. They put remakes in there usually.
Do they?
I think so.
I mean, I
It's
think
like Last of
Bowser's
Us
Fury.
got-
Bowser's Fury is just enough to get it into that category. If it's, that's what I played that game for.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Snap, and so I think that it's stunning, and it could be a good family game. I don't know how well it would be with taking turns, but I can see you're playing, and then you're like, oh, it's my turn. I want to take pictures of the Pokemon, and it looks great. I don't know. That one is a really hard category.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens this year. For action adventure, we've got a lot of the game of the year titles. It's just that we have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey, that's on Switch.
That game is good. I love that game. That game's awesome. I love that game.
It's not on
it's
Switch.
getting high
I can see
praise.
this winning. I
Yeah.
can see it winning. Not the Switch version.
Yeah,
Of course.
I think that one is going on sale starting this week with Black Friday. I think I'm going to pick that one up just because I do want to. I want to see what that's
It's been
about.
like 2 weeks.
It's on sale for like $35 already. Johnny, you're getting ripped off, man.
So, all right, people get on my case about Nintendo never putting things on sale, but like these games, I buy them at full price and then they're half off the week later.
Yeah,
You could have gotten a double pack of Pokemon for
Like
digitally for
Nickelodeon,
$70
too.
because Walmart messed up.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but that was a fluke. Like Diamond and Pearl's never going on sale. All right, that's just never happening.
Nope.
This one, I think, Nintendo has a strong chance of having a showing here.
It's gonna be Tales of Arise. That's who's winning this one.
Really?
Yep.
Is that PS5?
It's PS5. I think it's PS4 too.
I mean,
that was the only game at PAX, only AAA game at PAX was Tales.
I want Monster Hunter to win, but Tails is. I'm pretty sure Tails is gonna win.
Has anybody even completed Cyberpunk? I just don't know who would vote for.
Can you even complete Cyberpunk? Is it even possible?
How did that get nominated? Really?
There's a bunch of other RPGs that got snubbed. That Cyberpunk, it's the money, and Keeley wants to save face with CD Projekt Red because they don't want to on Witcher 4 or whatever. He doesn't want to piss them off.
Yeah, but this gets me more excited to crack open Shin Megami Tensei. Right, the fact that it's in this list, and I mean it's only been out a week. Right, not even a week tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm surprised this was even nominated. I didn't even know
it's already here. So I mean, I'm excited to it's a crazy time right now because I mean I know it's the holidays, but I feel like there's another level of games that we're trying to play right now, and it's I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Animal Crossing DLC, Halo.
I haven't even loaded that up yet.
I'm still messing around with Xenoblade 1 and 2. It's just It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? This week I was out with my uncle, and I got to thinking while I was playing AC. I'm like, he loved this 20 years ago, and then he never picked up another version. And his birthday is like I think it's on Saturday. And so I was like, I took him to Walmart, and he wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. He has drift, so I bought a controller, and I bought another copy of AC, and he got a couple groceries. And so I just handed him the bag, and I'm like, oh, yo, your birthday present's in there. And he's like, what? And so now he's like, I feel like I'm so far behind all you guys. Oh, there, Mikey is mentioning that Bradley Default 2.
Oh yeah, that was another. I feel like Nintendo gets snubbed a lot on these game awards. Like they'll get 1 or 2 nominations. They always have the family game,
Right.
but I mean the year of I think Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, like that was their year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
after
I
that,
was looking at this earlier, and Nintendo has always had a game that has been nominated for Game of the Year.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I mean, even if Dread doesn't win, or like last year Animal Crossing didn't win, it's still big for Nintendo because those games are going to sell. And for those that kind of missed the opportunity to play them when they came out, like that's how I got into Hades. I saw that Hades was nominated for all these awards, and after that, I was like, I'm gonna play that. I want to pick it up, and I love that game, and I can't wait to.
And that was a Switch exclusive, console exclusive for a while. Yeah.
What won? The Last of Us 2, I think.
Yeah.
Where is Mario Golf?
Oh, it's not even.
It's not. It's not. I mean.
And if it's not here, why isn't
like
it
FIFA
in the family?
22 gets a nom? Like it's like.
Yeah, if Mario
Golf's fun, it's a fun game.
It's,
like,
It is fun. I don't know if it's Game of the Year worthy, but
at least
family, if not sports. Yeah, I mean,
think what's going to happen.
Forza's going to win sports anyway, so that would have just been a bone thrown. But
I think Deathloop is going to be the one that wins like all the non-Game of the Year awards.
And that comes out to Switch on the day of the Game Awards, right? It's coming to Switch, I think, on December 9th.
Deathloop?
No, sorry. Did you say Deathloop? I thought
Deathloop.
You were sorry. I went to Loop Hero is what I was. I heard Loop.
Oh.
And I thought you were talking about Death's Door.
But Death's Door is coming out too. Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Mario Golf. So
I voted for Death's Door as the
Death's
top
Door
indie game.
Yeah. I voted for 12 minutes, but yeah, just because I haven't played Death's Door.
So wait, Johnny, do you think that Dread is going to win?
No, but like it would be awesome. Like if a 2D platformer won.
That would definitely
I don't
help
think it's
get
going
in
to
the
win.
top 10
I think
sales
Deathloop is. I think Deathloop's going to win. Like I don't.
We need to take to TikTok and convince all
rally the troops.
Rally the troops. Go for
Well, I know you played it. You played it on your emulator. So at least vote for
it. Go show it a little love. All right. Well, hey, let's wrap this thing up here. Cheesy, where can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, CheesyC64.
Johnny, you.
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere. You can come yell at me on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.
OnlyFans.
I think that's it. OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Fan house.
Yeah. Jinx.
Yeah. Whatever floats your boat.
Crawler, where can we find you?
Best spot to find me is Nightcrawler724 on Twitter. Nightcrawlers without the E. Also, come hit up if you have an Xbox or a PC, come hit up the Halo Infinite podcast Discord. We're playing there pretty much every night.
We're literally playing that every day.
That's what we're doing. I'm glad we found an hour's worth of stuff to talk about Nintendo because it's been Halo all week for me.
Yeah.
And there's the negative comments. Let them flood.
Not even real Nintendo fans.
Yeah, don't enjoy anything else ever because you can't really enjoy this if you do. You can follow me everywhere, guys, at N64Josh. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here live. And we'll see you, I don't know when, because it's Thanksgiving next Thursday. So
maybe
enjoy your turkey.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
We'll figure
something out. All right, guys. We love you. Bye now.